To factor any polynomial is to express it as a product of two or more polynomials which are irreducible. That is, polynomials which cannot be factored into polynomials of lower degree. There are several techniques in factoring polynomials. These are the common factor of highest degree, difference of squares, quadratic trinomial, perfect square trinomial, difference and sum of cubes, and by grouping.
Okay, so for this video, we'll be discussing one of the factoring techniques, which is the difference of squares. Okay, so for the difference of squares, it follows the pattern a squared minus b squared, or the difference of squares. Okay, so if our polynomial is a binomial, then the operation is subtraction, then the first term and the second term has been raised to 2 or is squared. Then the factor would be a plus b times a minus b. Okay, so again, if the polynomial is a binomial, and then the operation is subtraction, and then the first term and the second term is squared, then our factors would be a plus b times a minus b. Okay, so let's have an example. Factor y squared minus 49. So let us try to check if it will satisfy, or we can use the difference of squares in this example. We have y squared minus 49. Okay, so let us try to check. The operation is subtraction, then the first term is raised to 2, and then the second term is 49. And then we all know that 49 is a perfect square, or it is a result of multiplying 7 by itself. Okay, so we're going to change 49 to 7 squared, because 7 squared is 7 times 7, and it is equal to 49. Okay, so we have y squared minus 7 squared. Okay, so again, for difference of squares, it is a binomial, and then the operation is of subtraction. The first term is squared or raised to 2, and then the second term is also squared or raised to 2. So it satisfies the condition. So therefore, our factors now, or the factor now is, by the way, the first term is y. This one, the first term is y, and then the second term is, or our a is y, and our b is 7. So therefore, the factors now is, we have a plus b times a minus b. So therefore, the factors now is, our a is y, then plus our b is 7, then times a again is y, then minus 7. So therefore, our factors now is y plus 7 times y minus 7 for y squared minus 49. Okay, so let's have another example. So factor 5x cubed minus 125x. So as you can see, it is a binomial, 5x cubed minus 125x, and then the degree of the first term, 5x cubed, is 3, or cube. Then for the second term, 125x, the degree is 1, or the exponent is 1. So it doesn't satisfy the condition, so that we can use difference of squares. Okay, so how are we going to apply difference of squares in this example? Okay, so we will apply the first technique, the common factor with highest degree. Okay, so we'll apply first the first technique. in factoring polynomials. Okay, so we are going to extract what is common between 5x cubed minus 125x. Okay, so what is common between the two terms? What is common? We have 5x. Okay, 5x common between 5x cubed minus 125x. Then we extracted 5x from 5x cubed. So what will now remain is x squared. So 5x times x squared is, we have 5x cubed. Then minus, we extracted 5x from 125x. Okay, so what is now the result? We have 25. Okay, so 5x times 25 is equal to 125x. Okay, so now in this expression x squared minus 25, we can now apply the difference of squares. Okay, so let us copy first 5x. Okay, then we'll apply difference of squares from x squared minus 25 because it is now a binomial. Then the first term is raised to 2 or is squared. Then the second term is a perfect square, 25, which can also be written as 5 squared. So x squared minus 5 squared. Okay? Okay, so it now satisfies the condition for difference of squares. So I copy 5x. So the first term is x, then the second term is 5. Or the first term, A is x, and then B is 5. So therefore, we now have x plus 5 times x minus 5. Okay, so the factors for 5x cubed minus 125x is 5x times x plus 5 times x minus 5. So these are now the factors since this is now irreducible. So that is now the final answer, the factors for the polynomial 5x cubed minus 125x. We have 5x times x plus 5 times x minus 5. This is irreducible. So that's it for difference of squares.